So today I want to test some batteries. We're on my boat, and last time I went on the water, my trolling motor didn't last too long, and I just got some old junkyard batteries, or reallocated, I don't know what you want to say, repurposed batteries. This is a big boy here. I expect it to be good. This is the one, I believe, that's wore out and ain't pulling its weight no more, but I've had all these batteries for a couple of years, and I'm just gonna test them. I have this battery charger I got from Bass Pro Shop. It's actually made to charge 3 different batteries, and then this one's actually just a supply for the power. It just goes here. But I have 4 batteries in the boat, so I have like 2 of these for each of the trolling motors, and then I have a crank battery back there that one of these goes to, and then it has just like a 10 gauge wire that goes to a battery that I'm sitting on, or it's under me. And those are really just like I said, crank and supply lights, and then I have a fish finder, so they don't really get used for like a whole lot of amperage. I've never had issues with them, and I don't fish that long to really need that. I'm about a 3 to 4 hours max type of guy. But these get wore out by my trolling motor pretty regularly. So, saying all that, I have a Snap-on battery tester. All it does is it has a coil in here that applies, I don't know how many amps, so if I had to guess, I want to say it was like around like 100 or something. And it applies that, and then it got this indicator that tells you hold, and then it'll say like charge, no good, or something, depending on what it sees through its own internal readings, I guess you could say. So anyways, let me get that hooked up, and let's start testing some of these batteries. So right off Jump Street, what was it saying? So this is where this thing is kind of smart. So you can see it says it's 13.5 volts. So it thinks that it's charging the alternator. So it's in like an alternator test mode. And what it's looking for is like that 14.7. And the reason why it's so high is because I literally just took it off the battery charger. So let's hold it and just see what it does for a load, if it'll let it. Nope, it's too smart. So let's do this real quick. I'll unplug it here. Plug it up real quick. And loading it. See how it dropped? And we're gonna hold, and this thing should, I already start feeling the heat. See it start glowing red? See, it passed. So that one passed, and you can see how hot it really is. I mean, you can cook like eggs off of it or something. And that's kind of why I figured this is a big battery. So now we're gonna plug this, put our cover back on this one, and this is the one I think is gonna fail. And it's just a regular small car battery. So another good reason to do this is because look what corrosion we have. So that's definitely a thing. In fact, on this one, we'll take it back off, and I'm gonna go get us a brush. And that very could be a lot of our issue right now, is with low current situation. So yeah, let's go clean it up and then we'll test. So our concoction is, this used to have baking soda in it. Looks really clear now. We'll see what it does. Got a drill with some steel brass, and then we're gonna coat everything with some of this grease, and hopefully it'll keep the corrosion down. I actually got some dielectric grease. I should probably get it. And so I'm going to loosen everything, get everything. I want that baking soda to really get in there. It is definitely corroded. Let's see what happens. Oh yeah. You didn't know baking soda is the, what do you call it, the balance to the acid. That's why I went ahead and just got this and just let the juices flow. Try to clean some of this stuff up. Then I was going to hit it with the all the brushes and then re-rinse it, and then we'll do the grease. And I got to go get dielectric grease. Then we'll probably clean it all up with a little rag. So that went fairly well. Don't really like this steel brush is knocking off the plating on their terminals, but you can see this ground looks like it's been arcing from probably the corrosion. So I got our dielectric grease. I'm just gonna coat it, stack it, coat it until we get a good everything clamped down. I'm probably gonna put the marine grease on top of all that just to try to keep the oxygen from getting in there. So y'all see the end product of that. Was it nasty? Yes. Did it solve the issue? I don't know. Probably should have done that before greasing it heavy duty. So sorry, I am sick. The pollen or something. I usually don't have allergies, but you wouldn't know that right now. So let me get the battery tester and let's check it out. So good voltage again. Oh crap, trying to pull the camera up. I waited too long. So let's disconnect it. Just hit the button. So that's usually what happens. It defaulted too quick. Is these things will show initially really good voltage. The problem is can they hold it under a load? Oh, this thing's good. It might just be all corrosion. Yep. So I think we got a good battery. Really was not expecting to find that. But I mean, after seeing the evidence of the corrosion, you would hope. But it looks like we have a good battery. 2 good batteries. No need to go buy nice or new ones if these are still testing good. That is awesome. And this thing was getting red. So I'm gonna put the cover back on that one. We're gonna clean this one. Then I ain't gonna show the rest. But I might show the checking, but I won't get into like, it'll just be a simple quick check. And let's just run all these batteries down and see. I'm pretty sure that one's gonna need cleaning though. Like I said, I'll just run through that one on my own. And wow, that is awesome. Really is. Yeah, but preventive maintenance, and that's what this channel is turning more into. Is not everything needs money sunk into it. Just do some R&R, do some troubleshooting. So let me clean this one, then we'll move on. So the end result on this one, actually, I think the ground had a bad contact surface. I had too much insulation when I put the ends on these terminals, and they were not contacting our pad here very good. So I cut off a lot of the tag end of the insulation. Now we have a good contact patch. In fact, I'll probably go back over here because I think one of these had the same issue where a little bit too much heat shrink. So it's like grabbing all of its current through like the top here instead of through the base. And it's probably okay, but we want maximum flow of currency, no hot spots or anything. So anyways, gonna put this one back together and move on to the next one. We're gonna run through this one again. I was all snotty on the last video. Y'all don't want to hear that. But it passed. But I'll just verify by doing 2 load checks on it. You see it's glowing really red. And it passes. But that's one reason it's glowing so red is on this one. Not that it's that good of a battery. It passes, of course. But the coals were not completely cooled down before I restarted the video. So it's not that good. It'd be kind of cool if it was. But this one definitely has some corrosion issues that I had knocked off before. You can see the chunks. So I think the chunks are coming off where this is rusting because this isn't stainless. This wing nut. But I'm going to clean this up and we're going to move to the next one. So this one's all complete now. Nothing special. I hope this wing nut ain't gonna cause me issues later because it is corroded and I just put grease over something corroded. I did clean the base of it. But we'll see. I'm gonna put it back together and move on to the last one. All right, y'all don't judge me, but we do have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 wires on one terminal. I'm okay with it. I do have some like in here, little makeshift switch panel box. They're all fused right there. So it's fused before, or circuit breakers before it actually gets to here. And then I got a call that a thermal circuit breaker there. I think that's for the trolling motor. So, or the anchor, I can't remember. But we got things in place, and then we got a switch panel up there that has more fuses. It's pretty fused up on things. But yeah, this isn't ideal. I did buy a junction box thing one time, and it came out, it was huge to help clean all this wiring up. But anyways, let's get to testing. See if I can get this. It doesn't like something. It might have a bad connection here too. Let's see. Is it turning red? I think it's gonna pass because I can feel the heat coming off the back of it. And it passes. So all 4 of our batteries have passed. So that's awesome. So I'm gonna get to cleaning this one, but you can definitely see lack of maintenance back here. There's a lot of rust going on here. The sun, I know, is messing y'all up. I did see a spark come over here, but I think it's where I wasn't connected good. So I'm gonna do one at a time, clean everything up, put some baking soda on it, and complete this project. It makes me giddy, want to go maybe to the local watering hole and try out, especially the trolling motor. It died fairly quickly, so or it got really weak.